Hello, everyone. Bison Postgame Show. We got rid of anybody with the initials WDAY after them. This is Jeff Kolpack with the forum. Mike McFeely, Eric Peterson, gentlemen. 59-21, Michael. It was over after about a quarter and a half for the most part.
Yeah, it was a tsunami of Bisonness in the first quarter there, and Missouri State came in as a team that I think we thought was going to have a pretty decent offense, but there were certainly indications that their defense wasn't going to be up to snuff. And they proved it in the first quarter, and they had a little rally at the end of the second quarter to kind of get back in the game. Missouri State did, but North Dakota State was just a much better team, highly motivated, everything to play for, and it just really was much of a ball game.
Yeah, I want to get to that brief rally, and I'm actually writing about that, where Cam Miller threw his first interception in like forever. You know, the team record of 321 without a pick. He comes back, the Bison get the ball with 1:44 left. It's 28-14. There's some little doubt going on. Cam, I think, took control.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 28-14 at half, NDSU still got the ball to start the second half, but I think Missouri State thinks they're in a little bit. Jacob Clark, as we saw, their quarterback, and slinging around a little bit. They have some dangerous weapons, but Cam, I think, like you said, went 6 for 6 on the ensuing drive, makes it 35-14 going into the halftime. NDSU gets it to start the second half. It's another one of those home run, touchdown runs we saw all day today, and all of a sudden it's 42-14 and game over.
Two backs over 100 yards. Break a Penny on 169. Marty Brown finally takes one to the house, gets 113 yards. That's just, it was just a overall onslaught.
I mean, physically on both lines of scrimmage, it wasn't a contest. And Missouri State, again, there were signs, Northern Iowa that couldn't do anything here until late in the game. I think scored 42 on these guys and ran the ball like crazy in Cedar Falls, and just kind of go, if Northern Iowa's running the ball and getting 300 yards rushing, that's probably not a good sign when you're trying to play NDSU. But NDSU's offensive line dominated. The holes were there. Barika Pennu looked great. And as Tim Paulsek said in the postgame press conference,
he's getting better.
But Barika's looked better.
Yeah. Yep.
As the season's gone on, he has looked better than he did a year ago. And Marty Brown is a guy that, he's going to be one of those guys. I hate to say it, Bison fans. He's going to be one of those guys that you got to hope to hold on to here for the next couple of years. He's that good. And so it was just a whitewashing all the way around.
I think we saw the Jerry Rice Award winner today, Marty Brown.
Yeah.
I think we saw the Walter Payton Award winner, Cam Miller. Interesting that Cam, after the game, goes, he's almost glad he got rid of that interception streak.
I can see that a little bit. I think it's something that wears on you, like, maybe I shouldn't try to throw it into a tight window because I have this streak. Maybe it just takes a little bit of the pressure off. You just said it's human nature not to think about it. I mean, obviously, you try to block that out, but and I don't know. You think back to the Trey Lance season when he didn't throw an interception. I wonder if it wore on him as the season went along. Like, I can't throw an interception. Maybe I shouldn't try to fit it in this window or throw this deep ball. But obviously, he handled it well because he came back and scored engineered a touchdown drive. He had 4 touchdown passes in the first half, a career high. That's what he finished with. That was the most touchdown passes in a game since Trey Lance in the 2019 season.
I think we saw the difference in schedule today because I didn't think Missouri State really played certainly at the top of the line of the Valley. They got South Dakota State next week.
No, this was their first game against a Dakota school.
Right.
And so, you look at, UND's been struggling lately, and they certainly, Jacob Clark could, put up some numbers on UND's defense, but UND could probably move the ball on these guys as well. They just didn't have much defensively. They lost their nose tackle to an injury in the second half there. They just didn't have much. For North Dakota State, everything now is right there. We were wondering going into the season what this team was going to be about. Where are they going to fill? Who's going to catch the ball? Who's going to be on the line of scrimmage? How's their defense? Yada, yada, yada. With a victory in Vermillion, and that's a tall task next Saturday, NDSU is going to be probably the number 1 seed, lowest number 2, and they ain't going to have to leave this place to get to Frisco, Texas. And that's everything you could ask for North Dakota State. It all comes down to next week.
Yeah, last question. Tim Paulsek's season, describe it.
I think you got to give them an A+. They came out, they competed against Colorado to start the season. We're a few yards of a Hail Mary winning that game. And then, won some tough games where maybe they didn't play so well. East Tennessee State comes to mind. Found a way to win some games on the road. They were close, and now they seem to be like those Bison teams at the championship level type teams. Where now, as the season wears on, they're ascending their play.
Better.
They're getting better.
Yep.
Healthier.
Is Cole Wisniewski going to be back? I know you had some Zapruder film of him down on the field here during the pregame, but Is that something that's you add a Cole Wisniewski to this defense? That's something out there too.
I know the crowd today was less than 15,000, which is unfortunate, actually. I mean, what are you people waiting for? I don't know what you've complained now, fans, for years about. This is a really good Bison team. This is a better Bison team than we thought it was going to be. At least better than I thought it was going to be. It has a real chance to win a national championship. No matter what happens next week, the Bison are going to be in the national championship talk. And Tim Polsek has put some juice back in the program. He has energy. The Bison don't come out and they don't stumble around anymore and kind of look like they're not ready to go. I thought that was a problem the last couple of years. I'm a Matt Entz guy. I thought he took way too much crap for what he did here in Fargo. But Tim Polsek has this thing rocking again, and people should be excited about it. He's done a great job.
To that point, it looks great because it worked, but early in the game, 7-0. I think you said kick the field goal. It was like 4th and 3. They went for it, scored a touchdown. So I think that just shows Polsek's mindset. I think his mindset today was let's like hit the wave here and keep it rolling, and that's kind of what happened early on.
I'll tell you what they're waiting for. Wyoming, Air Force, UNLV. That's what they're waiting for.
David Cook is already sick of seeing me because I already talked to him 3 times, I think, about getting to the Mountain West, and he just smiled and said, "What? I can't hear you. What?" So,
all right, Bison.
Sorry, Prez. I'm going to keep bugging you about it.
575 yards total
you
offense.
Too, Larson.
Yeah. Final.
Phelps.
59-21. For Mike McFeely, Eric Peterson, Jeff Kolpack, this is the Bison Postgame Show.